Hey guys, it's Lopez, and today I'm reviewing fragrances I refuse to wear. I'm going to start off this list with 1 million parfum. This is a parfum concentration. Some of the notes are going to be tropical, salty, musky, and coconut. What's the duration on this fragrance? 8+ hours. The reason I wouldn't use this fragrance is because I've smelled it on at least 4 coworkers. It's a great fragrance. It performs well. It'll last you all day, but it's just too popular. I'm going to show you guys how it sprays. Up next, I'm going to go with Versace Eros. It doesn't matter if it's the EDP, the Eau de Toilette, or the Parfum version. They all smell very similar. Notable notes are going to be minty, fruity, sweet, and green apple. What's the duration on this fragrance? 8+ hours. The reason I wouldn't use it is because people wear this whether it's hot, cold, humid. It's a great fragrance. It performs well. It's long lasting, but it's just too popular for me. I'm going to show you guys how it sprays. I would probably use it on my days off, but not at work. Up next, I'm going to go with YSL Y EDP. This is an Eau de Parfum concentration. The notable notes are going to be green apple, sage, woody, and fresh. What's the duration on this fragrance? 8+ hours. The reason I wouldn't wear this fragrance at work is because I remember wearing it a couple times. And then a lot of people did ask me, hey, Lopez, what are you wearing? I ended up telling them what I was wearing. And then probably 2 weeks down the road, I smelled it on 5, 6 people because they really did like it. This is one of my all-time favorites. I will wear this fragrance definitely on my days off, but not at work. Let me show you guys how it sprays. Up next, I'm going to go with Bleu de Chanel. This is an EDT, Eau de Toilette. The notable notes are going to be citrus, woody, grapefruit, and sandalwood. What's the duration on this fragrance? 6 to 8 hours. This is probably the only fragrance that I wouldn't mind wearing, but if I was to try to wear something very similar to this, I would probably just stick with the Parfum because this is the one that smells a little bit more different than the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum. These are the two main ones that I've smelled at work. A lot of people tend to use those, overuse them. I'm just going to go with the Parfum version, smell a little bit different, but at the same time, still have that same DNA. I'm going to show you guys how it sprays. But once again, it is one of the most popular ones. Up next, I'm going to go with Invictus by Paco Rabanne. This is going to be the EDT, Eau de Toilette. The notable notes are going to be citrus, woody, aquatic, and salty. What's the duration on this fragrance? 6 to 8 hours. The reason why this fragrance is so popular is because it's a crowd pleaser. A lot of people wear it. A lot of people know about it. It's versatile. It can be worn on any time of day. And it's cheap. You can find this for around $50. The big boy right here, the 100 ml. And I'm going to show you guys how it sprays. Up next, I'm going to go with Versace Dylan Blue. This is going to be an EDT, Eau de Toilette. The notable notes are going to be aquatic, citrus, fresh, and musky. What's the duration on this fragrance? 6 to 8 hours. So this fragrance, I wouldn't mind wearing it. It's just that I've smelled it on like 2 or 3 people. And if I've smelled it on them, I just don't want to wear them again for some odd reason. I'm going to show you guys how it sprays, but this is such a great fragrance. It's very underrated. But at the same time, there's plenty of fragrances that are better than this one that I'd rather use, just so I smell different than everybody else at work. Up next, I'm going to go with Club de Nuit Sillage. This is going to be an EDP, Eau de Parfum. The notable notes are going to be citrus, woody, musky, and floral. What's the duration on this fragrance? 10+ hours. The reason I wouldn't wear this fragrance is because I'm not a big fan of it. I remember wearing it one time and I got complimented like 5 or 6 times. I told everybody what I was wearing, and pretty much a few weeks down the road, I ended up smelling it on a lot of people. I'm just not a fan of it, and this fragrance does perform very strong. It's a beast fragrance. 10+ hours will easily reach 12 hours, but this fragrance is just not for me. Up next, I'm going to go with Mont Blanc Explorer. This is going to be an EDP, Eau de Parfum. The notable notes are going to be citrus, spicy, woody, and musky. What's the duration on this fragrance? 6 to 8 hours. The reason why I wouldn't wear this fragrance is because I've smelled it on a lot of people. This is a cheap version of Creed Aventus. It smells really good, very similar to it. And I'm able to tell whether you're wearing this one or the real deal. And I'm going to show you guys how it sprays. I always test people with these fragrances because I know exactly what they are. And then when I ask them, I try to see if they're lying to me. If they try to say, oh, I'm wearing Aventus, and I know they're not wearing a Ventus, then I call them out. These next two fragrances that I saved for last, I will not wear anywhere. I won't wear them at home, at work, when I run errands. I don't mind having them as a collection, but I won't wear them. They smell amazing, but it's just too overused and I smell them everywhere. Whether I'm going to a party, going to work, running errands, going to 7-Eleven, whatever it is, these are just too overused. Next on my list is going to be Dior Sauvage. This is going to be the EDT, Eau de Toilette. The notable notes are going to be citrus, woody, peppery, and ambroxan. What's the duration on this fragrance? 8+ hours. The reason why I wouldn't wear this fragrance, just by looking at it, you already know why. It's overused. It smells great. It sprays amazing. Let me show you guys how it sprays. But I just can't do it. And lastly, I'm going to go with Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is going to be an EDP, Eau de Parfum. The notable notes are going to be citrus, woody, smoky, and fruity. What's the duration on this fragrance? 12+ hours. So with this fragrance, I've smelled it on 10+ people. It's very popular. People have even lied to me in my face and tell me that they were wearing Creed, which was supposed to be a Ventus, right? I've had these clowns lie to me over and over until I finally decided to call them out. These were different occasions, but I kept telling them, hey, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? At first, they didn't want to tell me what they're wearing. I knew exactly what they were wearing because I know what Creed Aventus smells like, what Mont Blanc Explorer smells like, etc. I gave them a couple days, to be honest with me and tell me what they were truly wearing until I finally walked up to them and I was like, Mr. Club de Nuit. And they were like, what? They stuttered. They're like, huh? And I told them, you guys have no idea what I do as a hobby. And I ended up telling them about the reviews and whatnot. And then every time they'd switch up their fragrances and I'd call them out on it, on what they were wearing, they were a little bit more honest with me. But anyways, that's the reason why I won't wear this fragrance, because it's used by the majority of the people at work. But it performs like a beast and it smells a lot like a Ventus. I mean, I would use this so I wouldn't end up finishing my bottles of Creed Aventus, the real stuff. But at the same time, I want to wear the good stuff. I don't want the cheap stuff. At least, I mean, in the beginning, when I first started collecting, I didn't mind using this one. But once you compare it with the real deal, you're going to want to stick with the real deal. Anyways, guys, until next time, these were fragrances that I refuse to wear. Thank you.